Hey, good day. This is Leon, and I would like to make my case for story driven games. So, there was a time when games didn't need to be open world, cinematic, or endlessly replayable to be meaningful. They just needed a story, the one that stuck with you long after you turned off the console. Nowadays, a lot of games focus more on systems rather than storytelling. It's about mechanics, metas, dopamine loops, and that's fine. That works for a lot of people. But for me, I still look for that one game that says something. Even if it's quiet, even if it's rough around the edges. I'm not saying story driven games are dead, but they are getting drowned out, and I don't want to forget how they made us feel. I'm not the fastest player, I'm not the most technical, but I'm always cared about the stories, the emotional weight, the quiet lessons, and the feeling of being part of something that matters. So, in this video, I want to make the case for story first games and why they still matter and why we should keep talking about them. When you think about the games that stuck with you, not because they were fun, but because they meant something, and that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's a small moment, a character quietly walking away, a friendship that falls apart, a villain who never gets punished, and that hurts. Sometimes it's how a story ends, not with a bang, but with something unresolved, and it lingers. I played games where I felt complicit in what happened. Games that made me pause and wonder if I was doing the right thing. Games that never told me outright how to feel, they just let me sit with it. And then there are those games that show up right when you need them. Like the universe just knew you needed that story right now. And that's why I still chase stories in games, because sometimes they don't just entertain, they understand. Now I know some people will say if you want good stories, just read a book. And sure, I get that. I love books too. I could probably do a whole video just talking about the ones that changed me. But books and games are different. Books let you imagine everything, the world, the characters, how things play out in your head. Games put you inside that world. You're not just watching or reading, you're living it, making choices, seeing it unfold in front of you. There are two sides of the same coin. Both are powerful storytelling mediums, but they speak to different parts of me. So yeah, I love both. But the connection I have with story-driven games, that one's a little more personal. And maybe it's the same for you as well. These days, I don't really chase the trending titles. I don't need the biggest releases or the loudest mechanics. I still play a variety of games, strategy, card games, roguelikes, but what keeps me coming back isn't the gameplay loop. It's the part where the story sneaks in even when I don't expect it. Take Master Duel for example. It's a competitive card game through and through, but I spend a lot of time in solo mode where they actually explore the backstories and the lore of the archetypes. The decks I build usually come from there, either because I like the solo story like Tenyi, Shiranui, Sky Striker, or they showed up in the anime like Dark Magician, Altergeist, and left a mark on me somehow. Even in a game where story isn't the main draw, I end up looking for it anyway. It's not about finding a perfect game. It's about finding something that resonates, something that feels honest, even in small ways. And that's why I keep playing, because sometimes it's the most unexpected games that give you that moment of connection. I know story first games aren't always the most popular. They're quiet, they don't trend well, they don't sell well. Sometimes they're forgotten too soon. But they matter. They shape how we see the world, how we understand ourselves, and sometimes even how we heal. I don't think they need to go away, but I do think we need to talk about them more, celebrate them and share them. So if so it's part of the reason as well why I built this channel, because you don't Google best story games and find out which one is good, right? You talk to people who play games and they would let you in on their recommendations, and that's how you discover good story games. So if a game ever made you feel something, I'd love to hear about it. What stuck with you? What stayed long after the screen went dark or the comments rolled on? So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this gave you something to think about or maybe reminded you of a game you haven't thought about in a while. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.